Namaste students, myself Sunil Kumar from the Department of Computer Science. Today we are moving to the new chapter Python Fundamentals. Already we discussed in the previous chapters based on the Boolean logic. So different Boolean functions and also the logic gates we discussed in the previous chapter. And this chapter onwards we are moving to the new concept, that is Python Fundamentals. And upcoming sessions we are discussing mainly about the Python programming. So if you want to start with the Python programming, you have to know the basics of Python. Python is a program that is mainly based on the interpreter. Mainly it is working based on the interpreter. So compiler is there, interpreter is there. So if you take the Python program, that is mainly working based on the interpreters. So we'll move to the start. First we'll study the basics of Python. Next we'll move to the how to write a basic programming based on the Python program. So here, if you take the basic program or basic concept of the Python, first you have to know what is a character set. What is a character set in a program? So if you want to write any program, smallest individual part will be there. For example, if you are writing one letter or if you are writing one sentence. So if you are going to write one sentence, in that each letter will be there. So that each letters are known as character set. The same like if you take the Python programming, character set is a set of valid characters. Means if you take the programming language, that programming language won't recognize all the characters. All the symbols are not recognized by the programming language. So if you take the programming language recognize only certain set of characters. Certain set of characters. That characters are known as character set in case of program. Character set means it is a set of valid characters. Remember, it is a set of valid characters. Not all the characters, only the valid characters that the language can recognize. Only if you take the Python program, it can recognize only some set of characters. If you take the C++ programming, that program can recognize some set of characters. If you take one more programming language, that programming language recognizes different types of character set. So here in Python, the Python program recognizes some set of characters, some set of values or character values, that is known as character set. And remember, if you write any character, if you are going to write the Python program, that Python program we are writing or we are doing the program by using the high level languages. If you take the Python, that is a high level language. There are different types of languages available. One is high level language, assembly level language, and also mission level language. If you take the computer system can understand only the machine level language. So if you are writing high level language, that high level language should be converted to a machine level language. For that converting, mainly we are using the standard, that is Unicode standard. Unicode standard, that is the standard used in Python program to convert the language to encoding purpose. When any data is given, that will be encoded based on the Unicode standard. So that is about the Python character set. So if you take the character set, the first one is letters. The Python program can understand the letters and also can understand digits or numbers. Special symbols are possible and white spaces and also other characters. These are the different characters understood by the Python library. So the first one is letters. If you take the letters, small letter A to Z will be there, small letter A to Z and capital letter A to Z. These are the different characters that can be recognized by the Python library. Letters from A to Z, small letter, and capital A to Z. These are the different characters can be identified or letters identified by the Python programming library. The next one, digits. If you take the digits 0 to 9. 0 to 9, all the numbers can be recognized by the programming language. Python programming language can recognize 0 to 9 and also A to Z small letter and A to Z capital letters. Next, special symbols. If you take the special symbols, all types of special symbols which are available on the keyboard. All the types of special symbols are applicable in case of Python library. You can use comma, you can use or dot, hyphen, plus, minus, all, everything. Which and all special symbols are available or punctuators are available. All the punctuators or in case of all the special symbols are applicable in case of Python library. The next one is white spaces. If you take the space, normal space, then tab space, enter. So these are the different types of white spaces that also can be recognized by the programming language. Remember, if you take any other programming language, all the spaces are not applicable. But here in case of Python, space is possible, tab space is possible, and also enter or new line character, that is also possible. So that is also recognized by the program. Other than that, recognize other characters. Other than that, it also can recognize different other characters. If we take the Unicode, that Unicode will be recognize different characters. Other than these characters, some other characters also recognize encoded by the Unicode. In Unicode, which and all characters can be converted, encoded. All the characters can be identified in Python programming language. So these are the different character sets. The first one is letters. Letters A to Z small letter and also with the A to Z capital letters. Next, we go for digits 0 to 9, numbers and special symbols. Which and all special symbols we are using? All that special symbols can be identified by the Python, and also white spaces. Also we can provide the different white spaces. Spaces, that's a space, and also tab space, and also enter. Enter means new line character. This is can be identified, and also different other character. Other character means here we are mainly using the Unicode encoding format. In Unicode encoding format, which and all character can be encoded, all the character can be recognized by the Python programming. These are the different character sets. Next we will move to the tokens. Token means that the smallest individual unit in a program. Smallest individual unit in a program, that is actually known as token. For example, if you want to write one sentence or if you want to write one code, for example programming. If you are writing the programming PRO, that's a different characters. So that individual part is actually known as tokens. It's the smallest individual part in a program. Individual unit in a program that can be executed independently. Remember, it is a tokens is the smallest individual unit in a program that can be executed independently. That is actually known as C++. Here Python tokens. The Python tokens is also known as lexical unit. Remember, it is also known as lexical unit or tokens. That is the smallest individual unit in a Python programming language. If you take the different token, the first one here is a keyword. Keyword is one lexical unit or one token. Keyword means that is a result. We'll explain one by one later. Just I'll say what is that. Keyword. Keyword means it's a one reserved word or predefined word we are using in a programming. Predefined word which one we are using in a program, that is known as keywords. Next one is identifiers. Identifiers means normally it is variable. To identify a particular unit, if you want to identify particular unit, for that we have to provide some names. We have to provide some names. Identifier means just it is a name. Name provided to the programming element. Name provided to the programming element, that is actually known as identifiers. To identify the programming element, name is required. For that one, that is actually known as identifiers. Next one is literals. Next one is literals. There are string constants. In that literal constants are there. String constants are there. Then also some constant values. Literal means some values used in a program. Normally we can use digits are possible, 0 to 9 numbers are possible, and also some characters also possible. That is actually known as literals. Next one is important one, operators. Operators are the some, if you want to perform some operations. For example, if you want to add two numbers, just example you can take. If you want to add two numbers, if you want to add two numbers will be taken, that will be applied with the one operation. That operate for the apply. If you have to apply the particular operation, then operators are required. There are different types of operators are there. One is arithmetic operators, logical operator, relational operator. So like that, different types of operators are there. That is operators. That is also one C++ token. And also last one is punctuators. Last one is punctuators. For example, comma, special operator. Here I go special symbol, that is actually known as punctuators. So dot, comma, or double quote, single quote, open bracket, closing bracket. So these are the different punctuators. That is also known as C++. Sorry, that is also known as Python tokens. Here, the Python tokens means token is individual unit in a program. It's the smallest individual unit in a program that can be executed independently, and is also known as lexical unit. So there are different types of tokens in Python. One is keyword, identifier, literals, operators, and also the punctuators. These are the different types of Python tokens. So first we will move to the keywords. Already we discussed about the different types of tokens. Already we mentioned the different types of tokens. One is keyword, second identifiers, then literals, like that. Different types of tokens are available in Python. So first here we are going to discuss about the keywords. A keyword is a word having a special meaning and reserved by the programming language. Keyword means it's a special word, or you can say the reserved word in a programming language. In a programming language, some words are reserved. You can't use that word for any other purpose. For example, if you want to use a looping structure, means you have to use the for. So like that, some reserved words will be there. True, false, like that and all. Some reserved word will be there. That reserved word are actually known as keywords. So if we take the keyword, example here is true, false, and delete. Delete means tell. Then if, in, as, like that, different keywords. So that is a reserved, or you can say already predefined words. That is actually known as predefined words in a programming language. In this programming language, these are the predefined words. If you take some other programming language, that programming language have their own set of keywords. The keywords are going to be changed. The keywords are changing from one programming language to another programming language. That is some reserved word, already predefined when they are developing the Python programming language. When programming language was developed, at that time they are setting some reserved word. They are setting this word have this meaning. If you take one more word that have some more meaning. Meaning means that if you use that word, that will perform that type of task. If you use a for, that working, that performing one type of task. If you use one more keyword true, that will performing one more type of task. So that types of words are known as keywords. The next here important one is identifiers. Identifier is a name given to the programming element. Identifier means that is a name given to the programming element. Programming element, we are providing some name. That names are known as identifiers. Programming element, we can take functions. We are using the functions. So for functions, if you are using, that is programming element. For variables also we can provide the name. For list also we can provide the name. For dictionaries also we can provide the name. So like that, different programming elements are there. For all the programming element, if you provide particular name, you have to provide the name. Then only we can understand that. So whenever if you provide the name for programming element, that is actually known as identifiers. Identifier means it's a name given to the programming elements. Different programming elements like functions, variable, list, dictionary, strings, like anything, whatever it is. For that we are providing something that is actually known as identifiers. But when you are going to give in the name, or when you are going to provide the name for the such programming element, you have to follow the certain rules. There are different rules out there. The first rule is should be a sequence of characters, digits, or underscore. Remember, if you are using any identifier, if you are going to name variable, or if you are going to name functions, or if you are going to name the list, whatever it is, you wish. Whenever you are going to name, you have to follow the certain rules or certain conditions. The first condition is sequence of characters. A sequence of characters or digits, or it is an underscore. Underscore is possible. Remember, you can say like that. But some other rules will say then you understand what things are not required. So characters are possible, digits are possible, and also we can say underscore is possible. Only meaning three things are possible, three symbols are possible. One is digits, characters, and also the only one special character, that is underscore. So these are actually known as first rule. The next one is first character must be a letter or underscore. Remember, it can have digits is possible, and also letters are possible, and also underscore is possible. Now, three types of characters are possible. But remember, in these three types, the first letter should be a letter, first character should be a letter or underscore. First character should be a letter or underscore. Other than that, it is not possible to start with the numbers. Whenever you are going to name identifier, it should not start with the number. Number is not possible to start. So that is as first character. The next 0 to 9 digits can be used in between. You can use the numbers, or you can use the digits. Digits are not saying not possible. But first character should not be digits. Numbers are not possible. But numbers 0 to 9 numbers we can use in between. In between you can use the different types of numbers. 0 to 9 number, any number also we can use. That's our wish. Based on the wish we can use that. 0 to 9 numbers can be used in between. Next, uppercase and lowercase are different. One more main thing here, the programming language, Python programming language, is known as sensitive language, or you can say case sensitive language. So if you provide name in uppercase and uppercase and lowercase both also will be treated as different here. Uppercase and lowercase both also will be treated as a different program or different. For example, if you are writing small letter p and capital P, both also different. It's not the same. In case of programming language, Python programming language, uppercase letter and lowercase letter both also different. So that is, you have to remember always distinct, or it is uppercase and lowercase both also distinct. And whenever if you are going to provide the name or identify as unlimited in length, the length is not limited, only we should give 8 character or 9 character, 10 character. That is not, certain limits are not there. Remember, if you want to provide a particular name, for example, single character is possible, any character letters also possible, or we can use with the some number sequence of character, 8 character, 10 character, 100 character, 200 character. That is possible, unlimited in length. There is no limit for variable length or identifier length. But remember, whenever if you are going to provide unlimited with length, for example 100 characters, next time if you are using the same identifier, you have to write with the same sequence. Without doing any mistake, you have to write with the same. So better to give the small word or small words or appropriate names you can give. So that will be easy to understand that. For example, if you are going to name, for example, one book is name, we can give the identifier name as a book only, book itself. Students, book, employee, so like that we can give a different names. That is also possible. The next one is must not be a keyword. If you are using a, for example, if you are using identifiers, whenever you are going to name the identifier, it must not or should not be a, should not use the keyword. Keyword cannot be possible. For example, if you are going to name any identifier, you should not use with the keyword. Keywords cannot be possible. But normally keywords, for example, 4. If you take a 4, small letter 4, that is a keyword. That is a keyword. That cannot be used. That type of keywords cannot be used. But it can be used like this. Capital 4. This is not a keyword. Small letter 4 is a keyword, but capital letter 4, or if you use like that, that is not a keyword, because see, Python, if you taken, the Python is a case sensitive programming language. So this one is different, that one is different. Uppercase letter and lowercase letter both also different. So we can use the capital letter. That is not a keyword. So whenever keywords are there, that will be displayed in white color. So that keywords cannot be used in case of Python programming language, and cannot contain special character except underscore. Only one special character can be used in case of identifier. The first, that is underscore. Other than underscore is not possible to use any other special characters. So these are the different rules. And one more rule is that I wanted to get, that is spaces are not possible. For example, if you want to name one thing, the programming, or if you are writing any other things, when you are going to write the, if you take the one, for example, register number. If you are to give the register number, so register number. This is not possible. Space is not possible. If you want to provide the space, so we can use underscore. For that purpose, they are make use of underscore. Space is not possible. Remember, space is not possible. Keywords are not possible. These are the main two things you have to keep it in mind. Then we can use only one special character here, that is underscore. So these are the different rules. Remember, this is an important part. They will ask you for 5 marks. So first one here, if you are going to name the identifier, so it's a sequence of characters, digits, and underscore. Underscore means this one is underscore. You can use the underscore. You can use the digits, and also you can use the letters, and also you can use the underscore. Only 3 types of characters are available, possible to use as identifiers. Next, first character must be a letter or underscore. If you are going to name, or if you are going to give any names to identifier, the first character should be a letter or the underscore. Numbers are not possible. Identifier should not start with the numbers. Next, 0 to 9 digits can be used in between. In between, we can use the digits, or numbers can be used in between, but it should not start with the numbers. Then uppercase and lowercase are both also different. Uppercase and lowercase letters. If you take the uppercase letter, or if you take the lowercase letter, that both will treat as different one. So Python program is also known as case sensitive language. Uppercase and lowercase both also different in case of programming language. And whenever if you are going to provide the name or name to identifier, then it should be unlimited in length. There is no length limit. For example, you can give 10 characters, 100 characters, 200 characters. The character length is not defined here. But better to give the appropriate, for example, 8 character, 9 character, appropriate names you can provide for the programming element. That is will be the best. So then at that time you can easily understand the concept. And must not be a keyword. Should not contain any keyword. Not contain should not be keyword. You can contain, in between you can use for and all. That is different one. But it should not be a keyword, and also cannot contain special character. Cannot contain any special character, but we can use with underscore. Underscore can be used. Other than underscore, it is not possible to use any other different characters or special symbols are not possible. So these are the different rules, and also space is not allowed. Space is not allowed in between the identifiers. So whenever you are going to take example, we take right some examples here. So I am going to write some example. One example, right? Register numbers is possible. Only letters are there. So I use underscore register. This is also possible. You can start with underscore. So register 1. This is also possible. That is also possible. So we can use one more thing here. To register. This is not possible. That one is not valuable because it should not start with the number. The reason is that identifier should not start with the numbers. And you can use underscore. So if you want to use underscore to register number, this is possible. Because starting with the in between, it can contain the numbers are possible. Numbers are possible in between, but it should not start with the number, and it can start with underscore or character. Or let me say the characters. Then next one is should not contain keyword. For example, 4. This is not possible. It is a keyword. It is a keyword, and uppercase and lowercase different. For example, if you are writing like this, I use register number like this and register number. This both are also different. Only one character is changed. If you can one character or one letter is uppercase, one more letter is lowercase, means both also will be treated as different one, and only one special character we can use, that is underscore. Here only one special character is not possible to use with a different character. For example, register number hyphen register, this is not possible. Register hyphen number, or for example you can use register dot, and this is also not. So other than these underscore, it cannot be used with any other type of special character. These are the different rules to write identifier. Remember, all rules are important. What is identifier means? Identifier is name given to the programming element, and these are the different rules. Remember that this is a very important topic. They are asking this one for 5 marks. Now we will move to the one more type of token, that is literals. Already we discussed with the keyword, and also with the we discussed with one more identifier. Now we will move to the literals. It is also known as constant values. In case of Python program, we can use a different types of constant values. Different types of constant values we can use, and if you use the constant value in a program or literals in a program, that value will never change during the program execution. Whenever you are going to execute the program, at that time, which value you assign, that value will be never changed. Throughout the program, that value will be the same. So that types of values are known as literals, or we can say constant values. So if you take the constant values, the first one is known as string literals. First one is known as string literals. That is character values, or we use the letters, or some words we can use. We can use with some words. That some words are constant in a programming language. So that is actually known as string literals. The next one is numeric literals. Next topic here is numeric literals. Numeric means is numbers or digits. Some numbers we can fix. In that different types also there. Floating point is there, integer is there. The different parts are there that I will explain in the upcoming session. The next one is Boolean literals. Next one is known as Boolean literals. That Boolean literals means that is a Boolean value. Only 2 types of values are possible here. One is true and one is false. Only 2 types of Boolean values are possible. Boolean literal is possible. That is one is true and one is false. The next one is special literal. That is actually known as null. Empty. Sometimes we can provide empty value. That is, we can say null. None we can provide. So that type of values are known as special literal. literals, and also last one is literal collection. Last one is literal collection. Literal collection means the collection values. For example, list, or we can say the dictionaries, and that is the collection of values. When your collections of values are there, means that type of constant values are known as literal collections. These are the different types of literals. One is string literals, numeric literals, boolean literals, special literals, and also the literal collections. These are just I mentioned here. In upcoming session, I'll explain what is the different types of literals. What is a string literal in detail, and also different types of numeric literals, and also the boolean literals, and special literals, and also the literal collections. By here, we reach the end of session today. In this session, we mainly discussed about the Python fundamentals. In that, first we discussed what is a character set. Character set is that is a set of characters that can be that programming language can recognize. So, set of characters that, or is a set of values that the particular programming language recognize, that is known as character set. After that, we start with the tokens. After that, we start with the token. The token means the smallest individual unit in a program. The smallest individual unit in a program, or is also known as lexical unit. So there are different types of tokens are there. One is keyword, then after that identifier, then next one is literals, next operators. So like that, different types of tokens are available. And after that, we discussed with the keywords. Keyword means some special words, or we can say that's a reserved word that have a special meaning in a program. That is actually known as keyword. And different types of keyword we discussed, and also we discussed with the identifiers. Identifier means it's a name given to the programming element. Name given to the programming element, that is known as identifiers. Different, and then we discussed with how to name the identifier. Now, if you are going to name the identifier, certain rules are there. We have to follow all the rules or constraints. After that, we just start with the literal. Literal means it's the constant values. Values given to the is a constant value used in a program. So different types of literals are string, numeric, boolean, special, and the literal collections. So these are the different types of literals. Based on this one, I'll give the worksheet, work out that one. I'll wind up today's session. Thank you.